So today what I'm going to show you is a recipe that I know a lot of my viewers have requested me to do, and it's my Greek Dolmathes. And I make this without oil, there's no cheese, dairy, none of that stuff. It's 100% low fat vegan. And I'm going to walk you through all the ingredients. There's a lot of modifications that you can make to this recipe. You can add nuts, you can add raisins, you can get rid of certain spices or herbs. You can make it taste the way you like it. So I'm going to show you how we like it, and hopefully you'll like it too. So the first thing, of course, that you're going to need are the grape leaves. And I get these from my farmer's market, and they're fresh, beautiful grape leaves. And it comes in a pack of 50. And the good thing is that they've already been, the stem's been snipped, so I don't have to snip the stems. If you don't have fresh grape leaves, then you can buy them in a jar and you can just use those. So I'm going to use fresh ones, and I'm going to show you how I prepare them. Then we're going to have about 1 tablespoon of dill, tablespoon of mint, tablespoon of parsley, 1 onion. This is the equivalent of 2 tomatoes. These tomatoes are from my garden. So 2 tomatoes, 1 lemon, half of a zucchini. You're going to need some tomato paste, some strained tomato sauce, and I love this brand. I just love it. I use a little bit of the seasoning, the vegetable seasoning, some paprika, some oregano, a little bit of salt, and pepper. And then what I fill mine with is rice, and I'm using 2 cups of short grain rice, and this is the sushi rice. I love the sushi rice with my Dolmathes, so that's what I use, and I've lightly rinsed it. I didn't rinse it all the way, just a little bit. And so right now we're going to start. So the first thing we want to do is prepare our grape leaves. Got some boiling hot water here, and I'm going to add them slowly, and I'm just going to let them cook for about 3 to 4 minutes. So I've got about 10 grape leaves I just put in here, and I'm just going to kind of slosh them around gently because they become delicate, and I'm just going to let them boil for about 3 minutes, and then I'm going to take them out. Okay, so this is my last batch, and how I scoop them out is I just have a slotted spoon, and I just kind of let it drip, and then I put it in here, basically blanching them. And then I'm going to run some cold water over these. You want to be gentle because they're fragile now. Just squeeze the water out. There's our grape leaves. So I forgot to also mention I add 1 grated carrot, and grated fine. Okay, so now we're going to add everything to this miracle machine, my Cuisinart, and I'm just going to add my tomatoes, my onion, my 1 little garlic, zucchini, the herbs, and this really saves a lot of time. And then I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of my puree tomato paste. I'm going to add my 1 cup of strained tomatoes. I'm going to add my spices, just a little pinch of salt, about 1 tablespoon of oregano, just a 1/4 of a teaspoon of paprika, and I have the smoked paprika, just a little bit right there, a little bit of my seasoning, and the pepper, and now we're going to mix it up. Okay, so this is the consistency that you guys want it to be. You don't want to completely puree everything. But that is the consistency that you want. There may be some big chunks in there, but that's fine. Now I'm going to add my carrot, the rice. I'm going to add about a cup of water. Mix it in. Now I'm going to add my 1 lemon. And mix it in again. Okay, so now I'm going to prepare my grape leaves. We're going to stuff them. So I've got my mixture all ready. I've got my grape leaves, and I've got a pan. And the first thing you want to do is kind of open them up gently. And you want to put a layer of grape leaves on the bottom of your pan. And the reason why we're doing that is so that way nothing burns. Nothing's going to touch your actual dolmathes. It's just going to be the grape leaves that are going to be on the bottom. So I'm going to fill this bottom up with some grape leaves, and we'll come back when it's done. Okay, so I've got my little layer on the bottom, and I did see some people add potatoes on the bottom, but I tried that and the potatoes didn't really taste good, so it's up to you. So then you want to open, you've got the shiny side of your leaf, and then you've got the not shiny side. And so we're going to be working with the not shiny side. So you're going to lay it down like this with the veiny side facing up. And then you're just going to take a little bit. Now this is rice, so it's going to poof up. So you just want to add a little amount in there. And then I kind of fold it like this. And you want to get them nice and tight like that. And then you just kind of tuck it in like a present, and you just roll it up like that. And then you want to put it the seam side facing down. And we're going to do we're going to just fit them in all the way around, kind of like a snail. And that's how that's going to be. So once again, shiny side facing down. Get it all flattened out and ready. You're going to get a scoop. This is a bigger one, so I may add a little bit more. Scoop. And then you just kind of fold over. Just roll it up like a little cigar and put it right against the other one. Okay, so I'm going to make the first layer and then we'll come back. Okay, so you can see I've got my bottom layer done, and I've really tightly packed everything in. Even though it's going to expand with the rice, you want them to be nice and tight. Okay, so this is what 50 dolmades look like. And they're tightly packed, and as you can see I didn't finish my circle. And what I like to do is I'll rinse this bowl that I had all the good stuff in, and I'll just pour water just enough to get to the top there, because you got to cook the rice. And then I'm going to take a little dish, I don't have one that fits exactly, and I'm going to put it on top so that way it holds all these little guys down. Push it in, and then I'm going to cook it. So I'm going to bring it to a boil, and then we'll come back when it comes to a boil. Okay, so it's boiling. Now we're going to lower it to super low, and we're going to cook it for about 45 to 50 minutes. So I'm going to cover it and let it cook for 45 minutes. Okay, so it's been cooking for an hour exactly, and I'm going to take this little cup off, and you can see that everything is expanded. It's grown. And I'm going to just let it sit. I'm going to turn off my heat, and I'm going to put it semi-covered for about 30 minutes. Just let it sit. Okay, so they're ready. And the way you tell, of course, is you take one and you cut it in half, and you see the rice is cooked. Because the worst thing is biting into an uncooked dolma. So I'm just going to plate it. And I just put them on a little plate, And then whatever I don't eat, I put in the refrigerator. See how they just squeeze right out? No oil. And I put them in the refrigerator and they're gone by the next day. So I'll show you what we're serving them with. This is how I'm gonna serve the dolmathes today. And I always squeeze a little bit of lemon juice on top. I think that just adds a little bit more flavor. With my version of a Greek salad, some pasta with homemade sauce, and some bread and some corn. Thanks for watching.